What's good YouTube, this is Scar, and today I'm gonna bring you the review of the Master Grade Destiny Gundam, requested by a friend. Yeah, this is the Master Grade. As you see, I obviously painted it, and yeah, because I didn't really like how the blue looked in this, and so yeah, I made it black and with a little bit of violet/gray. Sorry if it's a bit dusty, but it's been on the shelf for a long time. And yeah, let's start with the articulation. We have the head that goes up and down, forward and backward, rotate 360, and well, it's on a double ball joint, or a hinge and a ball joint, I think. So it's pretty free to move around pretty much wherever you want. It has a pretty fair range of movement. The arms move forward like this, and you get some pretty nice armor separation right there. They move forward pretty nice, backward not really, up and down just a slight bit, and then we have the shoulder that can move independently up and down. Arms move up about this far, rotate below the shoulder, bend at the elbow at 2 joints, almost 180. Let's call that 180. Hands are on ball joints, so they rotate and wiggle around, and they are the glorious 3-finger trigger finger split, which used to be common in the old Master Grade, but apparently today's standards are not the same. So okay, and they are hinged here, so they can move in and out. And well, there is a thumb that's on a ball joint, and we have the 3-finger trigger finger split, even though I cut every finger independently, as you see. That's doable. Before I forget, let's show also the cockpit feature. This has gone out of focus. Come on, focus, focus. Please focus. Focus. Well, okay, the cockpit opens up. Let me see if I remember how to do that, because I haven't been doing this for a long time. You should technically pull here, I think. Sorry, that was a message. I don't know if you hear that. I can hear something moving, but it's very stiff because of the paint. Okay, there we go, there we go. You push here, you rotate this part inward, and there's also a panel that you slide down. Let me get something sharp so I can get in there. And you can say hi to the little Shin Asuka sitting in there. Let's close up everything again. So yeah, the torso moves up and down then, pretty far, you see, it's pretty nice. Rotates, not quite all the way because of the very high back skirt, and moves side to side also pretty nicely. The front skirts move out of the way to have the leg kicking forward pretty far, and also the back skirt do move independently one from another. Do have the leg kicking backward as far. The side skirt can really move up and down a lot, but if you rotate them sideways, you get the leg to move pretty nicely. And there would be an extra joint here. You see there's a lever, and when you pulled it, the legs would extend. But mine doesn't work anymore because since it gave me stability issues and it continued collapsing downward and doing the split, I decided to fuck that shit up and fill it with glue. So now it's pretty much stationary. I'm still happy with the articulation. I mean, that was a little bit too much and it gave me stability issues. And if you buy the Master Grade Destiny I'm not saying I recommend you doing this, but think of it. The knees are double jointed. You get some really nice armor separation there, and also at the knee. And then we have the foot guard that moves up and down, even though it doesn't really hinder anything because it's just on the... It's a very small foot cover, so yeah, it doesn't really hinder it much. And the feet move forward and backward pretty nicely, side to side also pretty nicely, and then the feet itself does rotate, some nice piping action there, actually working piping, and side to side rotates about this far, and also there is the toe that bends like this. So that's it for the articulation of the main piece. And let me bring in the second biggest attraction of this kit, the backpack. And I didn't buy the Extreme Blast Mode version because it was too expensive, so I got just a regular one with the regular wings without any effect bars on. So simply plugs here, and you get some extra articulation. Of course, let me get rid of this because no, actually let me back up a little bit. There we go. You see, it got quite big now. Okay, so the wings open like that, and yeah, that's pretty nice. There is a hinge here, right here, and they can move backward like this. They can move backward like this, and also if you extend them like this, you see they extend them, they can also rotate here, so you can create some pretty dynamic action poses like this, which is pretty neat. I like it. That's probably one of my favorite features of this kit. Then let's get something else. Oh, and you see there are some ball joints here. Well, technically I left them like this because I don't use them, but if you follow the instruction, as I think you do, you would have these things hanging on. So, well, let me first do something, because I can't remember how they go in. Just give me a second, just a couple seconds actually. Maybe that's better. Okay, I gotcha. So they would be plugged in like that. And yeah, you can see why I didn't like them, because since I didn't use to leave the cannon and the sword on, they kinda hindered the wing, and I couldn't pull the wing backward like I would like to. So yeah, that's why I kept them off. And they are ball joints, so they wiggle around, and then there's a hinge here, and I'll show you later what they are for. Let's get the least exciting accessories first. We have these two things, which can be either boomerangs, I think, or beam sabers. And you get some pretty nice beam effect bars with sparkly thing going on all around it. And when you don't use them, you just plug them into the shoulder like that, and they can move up and down. Starting to get busy, right? Okay. Oh, also you see the hands are like this because I left them like this, but they would be in fact with these hand covers on, which I didn't really like, so I left them off. But hey, I'm doing the review, so let's put them on again. And you see there's this yellow thing. You can extend it. You extend it like this on both hands, of course, and you get a pretty nice clear blue shield. And the shield will be like this. Okay? But I cut this part off because if I put on the shield before cutting that part off, I couldn't put the other shield on because you get another shield, which is a physical shield, and if I left this part on, it would cover the peg. Now that I cut that part off, I can plug the shield and have them both at the same time, which does look kinda cool in my opinion, and also the shield extends to reveal some pretty nice red detail inside. So yeah, that's a very easy fix that I suggest you to do, and I suggest everyone really to do. Then other not so exciting accessories, well, they are cool, but we still have to get to the main part, right? You get two open dramatic hands, which I believe are for the... There's a weapon inside here, which I can't never remember that name. But yeah, it's there, and yeah, you see I painted my green to replicate the shining finger thing, but yeah, that's just mine. Okay, and then you get another hand, which is getting into the cooler accessories, is the hand that you get for the sword, and it's a custom hand, and it's holding the sword pretty tight. So yeah, as you see, the sword is a little bit heavy, but the hands, no problem with the hands, really. Also, when you're not using the sword, you just take it off. Let me also get rid of the shield, because soon we will need the other arm as well. Oh great, the peg was inside. Okay. Okay, I'll leave that there for now. The sword, you just remove this effect part, and then you made it in compact mode, like this, and like this. And this is the sword in compact mode, and it stores on the backpack, right here. You put it here, let me see if I can get it right. Oh, I could get it right the first time. So you plug it here and you slide it down, and it locks into place, and it's not going anywhere. Starting to get busy, right? Again. And then we have the mighty super mega cannon. Pretty cool. Okay, and it goes in the same way as the sword, and this is where the hands come into play. You have to extend it, and it goes on the underside of the arm. It extends like this. You pull out the handle and you rotate like this. Like this, okay. And I don't know if you can, no, you can see it. Let me get it off for a little second. You see, you rotate that handle and that's, I don't even care for I don't even care for the cannon, but this gimmick is awesome. Okay, done that enough. And as I was saying, goes right under the shoulder, and the hand can easily grab onto the handle. Very easily. There we go, in fact. And that's really it. And it has a little bit movement side to side, because again of the ball joint, but not that much. I mean, you can go down, up. It has a little bit of movement, but it's not that free to move around wherever it wants. And then it goes right back. And other accessories, no, that's about it. That's a lot, actually. I'm pretty happy with the accessory of this kit. it's a pretty lot to play around with. So, that will be it for the Master Grade Destiny. Do I recommend it? Of course I recommend it. This is one of my favorite Gundam design ever. I love the face mask. I love pretty much everything about it, really. And the darker colors, and yeah, you see, I made it still darker, but yeah, I do recommend it. It's a pretty nice Master Grade. It has some issues, and since it is pretty old, I can also tell you that things will start to get loose in a while. The articulation is still stiff. Things that start falling off are these black thing on the side skirts, which I decided to glue on. This side, the front skirts and the back skirt themselves, these are very terrible. They take off every time you touch them. And I was pretty lucky in this review, I can guarantee you that. Then what else? Oh, one horn broke, and I really can't remember it falling or having any damage whatsoever, so yeah, be a little careful about that. It's a little rubbery plastic. It's not 100% the usual Bandai plastic, so be a little bit extra careful with the Vifen, because I had mine broken without even touching it. And what else? I don't know, really. There's not a lot to talk about. The shoulders start to get a little bit loose, but it's not terrible. I mean, yeah, it bothers me, but not that much, really. You see, they are kind of on the wobbly side. And of course, the main problem was with the extra articulation on the crotch. And oh yeah, how could I forget about that? I'm not gonna use it because it takes too much space and my camera won't, of course, be able to catch it. But you have a pretty nice custom action base, and it's pretty tall. And you see how it goes? This simply plugs into the backpack, like so. And you could have the wing, the wing, of course, the Destiny floating up like it just doesn't care. This is pretty awesome. I love it. I like the design. The model itself is pretty great, and the accessories are absolutely satisfying and accurate to the anime. And even though I didn't buy the Extreme Blast version, I'm still very happy, and I don't know what else to say. This is a pretty nice kit. If you like the Destiny design, if you like Destiny, you should definitely get one. So that's about it, and I will see you at the next review.